Come on in here, everybody. I know I'm late. I apologize, but I got a last minute phone call from somebody I haven't talked to in months and months and months, and we just had to catch up just a little bit. Anyway, come on in here. Come on in here. Should I play a song to get us started? Let's see. I don't know what I want to play. Let's do I'm Flying. Come on in. Let me get the chat up.
Well, my sink is shining, but I'm not whining, I'm flying. I'm just a baby stepping and I'm not obsessing, I'm flying. I got my list of things to do, and I'm ready for action in my lace-up shoes. But I'm no marvel, I'm just working smarter, I'm flying. Well, these piles of clutter could be blessing others, so I'm flying. And while I'm flinging, you can hear me singing, I'm flying. I have my friends and family, but with routines in place, I still have time for me. I can get things done while
no snow here. That's the backdrop.
I have no wings to sing the blues. Do you know the system? Have you heard the news? You can start today. I found a better way. I'm flying. Yes, I'm flying. Do, 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 do.
Well, welcome everybody. We promised we'd talk about cookies this afternoon. I know when Justin was a baby, he loved a cookie monster, the blue cookie monster. Cookies! He just loves it. Now that's been 49 years ago, just so you know. But put nothing better than a warm cookie in your hot little hand and excited about it. But I made cookies all the time when he was growing up. In fact, he grew up with breakfast being homemade cookies straight out of the oven. Straight out of the oven. So it's hilarious. Yes, and the egg cake too. Now I wasn't big on now. I like the days we had homemade biscuits and uh, eggs. We made bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits too. So C is for cookies. Yes, ma'am, it is. So, folks, we've got some tips for cookies. Patty's going to put a link in, and it's been in your flight plan, your flight plan, and something else. Oh, the Fly Lady Express. It's been in there. I've left it in there. There's cookie tips, and then there's my triple recipe for cookies. And if you have my book, The Chaos Cure, right there, The Chaos Cure. I don't know why that's not showing up. There's a whole section on cookies. And you can make cookies from brownie mixes and all kinds of stuff. You just have to adapt them just a little bit. Anyway, get on in here. So, those of you who have favorite cookie recipes and you've got them where you can copy and paste and put them in there, share them with everybody. Y'all just start sharing your favorite cookie recipes. My favorite cookie recipe is on the bag of Nestle's chocolate chips. And it's just a simple recipe. It's got half sugar and half brown sugar, and that's the cookie I've always made. And I, instead of using plain flour, I use self-rising flour, so I don't have to do any of those other things, baking soda or baking powders or whatever. And then my favorite tip for cooking anytime you go into the kitchen is start with a sink full of hot soapy water. Make sure your countertops are cleared off, but this sink full of hot soapy water is going to pre-wash everything before it goes in the dishwasher. And it just makes everything so smooth for cleanup, because a lot of times we don't want to get in our kitchen and mess up our kitchen because it's clean. But starting with a clean kitchen is just wonderful. Now, we have a whole section on our website about cookies. I mean, we've got hundreds of cookie recipes that people have sent in, but I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you. Let me find it. We got in the feather dusters. They came in a day before they said we would have them. They shipped them out from Atlanta this morning, and we got them early afternoon. And straight out of the package, y'all. Let me go back here. I'm gonna flip this away, and you can see Justin twirl it just a little. That's what they look like straight out of the package, not poofed or anything. They don't have a purple feather in them, but they're the premium feathers, and we absolutely love them. And then we didn't even have to hold any orders because we put them on sale on Thanksgiving. We put them in the fly shop, and we have to fill all the orders that were before that, and we're shipping them out right now, ready to go. So we'll be totally caught up. We're already totally caught up. This is great. Now, I used to make my chocolate chip cookies in I think it was a 9x9 pan, but you could do it in a 13x9 pan and turn them into bar cookies. Well, the problem was they didn't have any purple feathers. And we get our feather dusters from the Middle East, y'all. And everything's hot there right now. And when they said they could send some to us, we placed an order right away. They got a plane out, and they got bombed the next day. I don't know if the feather duster people got bombed, but there was bombs that went off in Lebanon. And we just took a chance. We just took a chance on, and I know God was behind it. I know he was, because I just said to Justin, son, I think God's with us on this, and let's just order it, get them here, and let's do it. Now, people are asking questions on how do you keep chocolate chip cookies soft. Sometimes you can put them in a cake carrier or whatever and lay some bread in there. But I always The secret for me with chocolate chip cookies is not to overcook them. I usually undercook mine by a minute. Patty says, eat them fast. Yeah. Celebrate 38 years. Well, we're celebrating 27. And I'm thankful. I am thankful. We want to go eat German food, but we don't know. We just never know. Uh, I buy brown sugar by a 6 pound package. Robert said, "Why did you buy that much brown sugar?" And I said, "Because we go through it, and because especially during cookie time." But making the cookies, you can't cook the cookies the day you make them. That's just one of the rules. You can't do that. I like to put them into logs like you would. Now you don't buy cookies like that at the grocery store, but you could buy, look like a sausage log, and you would cut the cookies up and divide them into 4 parts and then put those on the cookie sheet. I still do my cookies like that. I wrap them up in saran wrap and form a log out of them and put them in the refrigerator. I put them in a Ziploc bag, and then that way the dough gets firm. They don't spread out on you. And you can bake up. You could take a slice out of each one of them, and you're going to have a dozen cookies, assorted cookies. Because when I make my triple pack, I triple the recipe, and then I add in oatmeal, and I add in chocolate chips, or add in M&Ms, or a bunch of chopped pecans. I get 3 different types of cookies. Nobody's posting any cookie recipes. But cookies are not just, getting in the kitchen. Sometimes somebody does chocolate covered pretzels. How fun is that? And you can crunch up some candy canes and roll them in some candy canes. So, y'all, we can have some fun in the kitchen if our kitchens are clean. So I want you today, it's anti-procrastination day. I want you to get your kitchen looking good. Well, you might not have to bake cookies. Now, there are some cookies that are no-bake cookies. And I know Rebecca's husband, Tanner, he loves these things that have oatmeal in them and chocolate, and you stir them up. And I don't even know what the name of them, the name is. So, and I've made some rum balls. Maybe you don't want to make cookies. You make sausage balls and freeze them. Sausage balls and Bisquick or some other kind of biscuit package. Somebody I saw made sausage balls with like a Hooters biscuit mix or something. I don't have a clue what it is. But what is Robert's favorite cookie? I think he likes his little old lady cookies best. It's an oatmeal based cookie. He's been playing with some chocolate cookies, and he didn't get enough chocolate in it, and he made another batch. And guess who eats them? He doesn't eat them because he doesn't think they're worth the calories. But I'll grab one here, there, and yonder. He says that's what they're for. They're called no-bake cookies. I wish I had the recipe for them. No-bake cookies. There are cookies for people that don't know how to bake. Or you can make, you can take the chocolate and little bits of pretzels and nuts and different things. And I think there's something called straw. I don't know. But shortbread cookies are just butter and flour, a teaspoon of ground. You can make any cookie look good. Gingerbread cookies, that dough, I like to do it in and make one big batch of it and put it into the logs, and then you can take one slice about an inch thick and let each child roll out that one little piece. And then they can use the cookie cutters, and you have green sprinkles and browns, all kinds of different color, red sprinkles, gold sprinkles, or you have the stuff to make them into gingerbread men. Christmas cut butter cookies. Wow. Susan, that looks wonderful. Ginger snaps. Oh my. I like the gingerbread cookies are sort of they're brown and they're like ginger snaps to me. I'm looking at your recipes that you're posting. But having an assortment of cookies ready to go in the freezer, you just have to heat the oven up, slice, and bake. Red Lobster biscuit mix is a good for sausage. That's it, Gail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It wasn't Hooters. It was Hooters stuff to go on chicken wings. But this was Red Lobster biscuit mix. I guess it's got Old Bay in it. I don't know. But Old Bay makes everything better. But decorating cookies, having fun with them. Maybe you can get a squeeze tube of just that icing that would outline things. And just have an afternoon with grandkids making cookies. You already got the dough made. There's no mess. It's just having fun and making memories. Maybe y'all could plan on that for Saturday. But bar cookies and oatmeal cookies. Oh, oatmeal raisin cookies are some of my favorite because they can pretend to be healthy. I had a friend that lost 100 pounds with oatmeal cookies. That was her treat. A small barn. Our church cookie exchanges soon. Too. I can't wait. I look forward to it every year. Well, you just have to practice. That's what Robert does. He practices making his cookies. I mean, many years ago when I started decluttering, I threw away his blue cookie cookbook that he had taken notes in for 20 years. And we've been married 27 years. And he'd been keeping notes in this cookbook. And I was going to take it off. And it's sitting in my truck. I'd taken done like I said. Took the box straight out to the truck. And he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm decluttering cookbooks." And he said, "Where's my blue cookbook?" And I said, "It's in the truck." And I went and rescued it for him. I've never touched that cookbook again. Never touched it again. So he loves that cookbook. And he has made cookies out of that cookbook every Christmas. Every Christmas. So maybe you make candy. I saw somebody making peanut brittle yesterday. And today I saw somebody making date. They bought some dates and they took the seed out and they put a piece of cheese in it, or they melted something in it. I don't know what they melted it, and they sprinkled almonds on top. If we'd made the cookie dough in October, it would have needed to have gone in the freezer. Right now, it might not need to go in the freezer, but you could freeze it, and then you just stick it in the refrigerator and let it thaw up. I'm not big on peanut butter cookies, but I do like there's a peanut butter ball that's made with peanut butter and powdered sugar, and you roll it up into balls, and then you dip it in chocolate. I love those. Now, Robert has made cookies, and he didn't think they were fitting for anything, and he made his little old lady cookies, and they spread out on him, and he rolled them up in a ball, and they were still good. Michelle and I really loved them. Chocolate balls are my favorite. Yeah, peanut butter chocolate balls. So you don't really have to bake to be able to put together some Buckeyes. That's what they're called, Judy. Thanks. That's what they're called. So they're pretty good. And I was talking about the cookies that have the powdered sugar on them. Somebody called them wedding cookies yesterday. I just know they're meltaways. They melt in your mouth. Now I have taken a chocolate cookie and done little balls out of them and rolled them in the powdered sugar and then bake them, and they become chocolate crinkle cookies. My sister-in-law makes biscotti every year, and it's made for dipping in your tea. You really can't eat it because it's twice baked and dried out the way it's supposed to be. And I know Jack used to make at Christmas time, he would just bake lots of cookies. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it this year. He did have a good doctor's appointment yesterday, so we're real happy. So, we have a whole section on our website of cookie recipes, whole section. And then we have in the Chaos Cure book, there's a section on taking just box mixes, cake mixes, and different things and turning it into cookies. But you don't have to bake to make something little and put it in your hand and let the kids have fun with it. And another favorite thing of mine to have is parchment paper. And I get the size that are already pre-cut that go on my cookie sheet. And I have and and once they get through cooking, I take them out of the oven and slide it right on to my rack for cooling the cookies. Here's a no-bake cookie recipe. 2 cups of sugar, 4 tablespoons of cocoa, 1 stick of butter, a half a cup of milk, 1/2 teaspoon, let's see, 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring. It's going by so fast. 4 ingredients. Bring to boil. You just have to boil it. Pour oats in, the peanut butter, and nuts, and stir it together. I bet you put that out on wax paper. Making homemade vanilla. You can buy the stuff on Amazon. You can buy a package of vanilla beans. I gave them as a gift one year. So, folks, don't say I don't bake cookies because you can bake something. You can cook up something. Uh, Justin's granny Elizabeth used to make something called date loaf, and she would cut it into little pieces. I helped her make it one year, but you got to get you got to get the sugar to a certain crack stage or whatever. Y'all just got to have some fun, but make sure your kitchen's clean. Make sure your dishwasher is empty. Make sure you have a sink full of hot soapy water. Get your mixer all cleaned up and ready to go. I love my stand mixer, but if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use a hand mixer. Robert never uses a mixer. He just stirs things up with his hands and does small batches. Preacher cookies, that's cute. You made them fast when you heard the preacher was coming. That's a good idea. Ta-ta fudge. We made magic fudge, and it was a can of Eagle brand milk and chocolate chips in the microwave. But our neighbors made us last year for Valentine's Day. They made us Nestle's. Oh no, it's what are they called? Rice Krispie treats in the shape of hearts. They made us Valentines in the shape of a heart. These kids are so sweet. They're homeschooled kids. I've heard of that fudge too, Catherine says. Yep. Or anyway, Julie says. But it's good fudge. It's good, but it's rich. When you make something with Eagle brand milk, it's rich. And I used to make these bars that had 5 ingredients. And I would take a 13 by 9 pan and you take a cake mix. I would use a yellow cake mix, or you could use a white cake mix, and you put a stick of butter and 1 egg in the cake mix, and you stir it up, and you've got putty. It's just a thick dough, and you grease the bottom of the pan and pat this in. Pat the dough in from the cake mix, and then you take a package of confectioner's sugar, that's powdered sugar, and 5 eggs, and a softened package of cream cheese. And you pour that over the top, and you bake it at 350. And you've got the most beautiful custard bars you have ever seen. And they're just they taste wonderful. I haven't made them in a long time, but I might have to make some of those. Anyway, Patty says we have to rename the fudge, not magic fudge. I agree. Let's just ta-da fudge. I mean, you only cook it a little while. I bet you can find a recipe for it on YouTube. But these are custard bars, and they're just wonderful. And you could turn them Christmassy if you wanted to. You can put some vanilla flavoring in, or you could put some peppermint flavoring in them. What's it called then, Julie? What's it called? Anyway, you can name anything you want to. If I can change the name of eggs to angeled eggs, you can change the name. I like the name Ta-ta Fudge. I've tried making fudge the old way, and I never could do that. But I can make that kind of fudge. I I I listen to Julie. I watch Julie's posts during the marathons every week, and she keeps things moving. It's okay. Fast fudge. Fast and furious fudge. And you named it, Julie. You named it. A bag of chocolate chips, Eagle brand milk. That's all you need. And the difference between Eagle brand milk and evaporated milk is sugar. Divinity cookies. Wow. I helped Justin's granny Elizabeth make divinity one time, and it was too humid out and it didn't work. I never tried it on my own. But a big old pecan in the middle, those she would make some of the most amazing candy. Y'all are just having fun, I'm telling you. Well, folks, we'll put this in the Christmas section. But always start with that sink full of hot soapy water, empty dishwasher, and put things in the dishwasher, put things in the sink as you use it up, and no knives in the sink. I don't want you to get cut. We have sharp knives around here, really sharp knives. You can have Robert's been, it says it's been so cold out today, he just hasn't been up to doing much outside. Meringue cookies. Yep, they're tricky. Anyway, folks, y'all have a good rest of the day and bake up a memory or stir up a memory. But when your kitchen is clean, it's so easy to get in there and do something fun. Even, I mean, one of the things we like to make um, for New Year's is that trash where you take live cereal or Chex Mix and put some pretzels and some nuts and yeah, for football games and things. Just put up, make some trash with some soy sauce and uh, which I can never say it anymore after that guy said, "Wash your sister sauce." He's so funny, but whoosh, I can't even say it. Y'all keep Amanda Grace's little dog Toby in your prayers. He used to be paralyzed and a miracle happened and now he's got kidney stones in his bladder and they're having to do surgery today. And he's an old dog, so keep Toby in your prayers. She asked for prayers today and a special announcement. Worcestershire sauce. I'm just gonna say wash your sister. Anyway, folks, y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Stir up some memories. Roll out some dough. Have some fun. I know Patera the other day made monkey toes. I finally figured out what it was. It's monkey bread, and she would take rolled dough, and you can buy it at the grocery store frozen, and cut it into pieces, and get a bag of 24. That's what we did for Thanksgiving, and cut it into pieces. Roll it in butter, and roll it in brown sugar and nuts, and put it in a bundt pan and let it rise. And or you can do it with biscuits. You can do it with lots of things, and make up some monkey bread. Monkey bread. Now my daughter-in-law doesn't like nuts and things, so I make her monkey bread. It's like cinnamon bread. This guy says that. I think he coined the phrase because he couldn't say Worcestershire. Thanks for putting it in there so I could figure out how to say it. So y'all have some fun in your kitchen. That's what kitchens are for. Kitchens are the heart of the home. And when you start cooking with empty countertops, a sink full of hot soapy water, You're going to love it. Anyway, folks, I love you all. Those frozen bread rolls are awesome. Breakfast pizza, yep. But it's real easy to whip up some dough. I've got a recipe on how to make roll dough. And it's adapted from, I think, Whippoorwill Holler. And it's best rolls, but you can take that roll dough and turn it into monkey bread. Or cinnamon rolls. That's a gift I give every year. I make up a big old batch of cinnamon rolls. And you just roll the dough out and put some butter on it and some cinnamon and sugar mixed up together and spread it out and then roll it up, pinch the sides together. And then my secret is dental floss, not just plain dental floss. And you use that to cut the sections. Put them in a pan, and it's all good. Now, I've made monkey bread, turned it into pizza bread. You take the dough and you stick a little mozzarella cheese piece in the middle of it, roll it up, roll it in butter and Parmesan, and put it in the bundt pan. And then you take that and dip it in marinara sauce, and you got pizza bites. Now, you could season it up really good with some garlics and some different things. You could put pepperonis inside the pizza dough with the cheese. You could have fun. The dough's already made, and you just start playing with it. Okay. I'll see you later. This is taking a long time. I was late, though. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you after a while. Tomorrow's question and answer day. We've missed 2 weeks. This is our second week. I'll see you later. Love you all. Bye. Here are some of my favorite cookie tips. These will help you get through the holiday season without a big mess. Always start with a sink full of hot soapy water. Make sure your dishwasher is emptied. That way you can put your dirty dishes in there. Pick out your favorite mixer, your stand mixer if you're going to do a lot, or your hand mixer if you're just going to do a few batches of cookies. And my favorite cookie sheet is an air cookie sheet. It has a layer of air in the middle, and you never put that in the hot soapy water. This is a cooling rack that I use. The grater is for my butter if it's not room temperature. The spatula is also for getting cookies off. This is parchment paper. I wouldn't cook without it anymore. Last year was my first year to use it. Parchment paper fits right on the cookie sheet, and it'll slide right onto the cooling rack without having to take them off. This is my favorite cookie recipe. It's the recipe on the back of the chocolate chips. I adapt it. I use self-rising flour instead of plain flour. Omit the salt and the baking soda. Get out all of your ingredients and always use real butter. Real butter makes cookies much better. Put your dishes as you mess them up in the sink full of water. And then in the end, put everything in the dishwasher and start it off. This is going to make your cookies wonderful, and you're going to love baking this holiday season. Today, we're going to make 3 batches of cookies with 1 mixing. Here we go. I'm going to use a recipe on the back of the Toll House chocolate chip cookie bag. It's my favorite recipe, and I've just adapted it by not using plain flour. I use self-rising flour. That's the only change in the recipe. If your butter's not softened, you can grate it and make it soft quicker. Measure out all your ingredients so that you don't forget anything in your recipe. Add your butter to your bowl, your sugar. Oh, don't forget to crack your eggs in a little cup so that you can get the shells out and you don't get them lost in the butter and the sugar. Put everything in your big mixing bowl and put your whisk beater on there. Start slow and then eventually you can get faster. And I blended this for about 5 minutes. I love my stand mixer because I don't have to hold it. Add your flour 1 cup at a time. Start really slow, and you can incorporate all the flour into this recipe. It's 6 3/4 cups. And just keep going. Dump the flour in the hole where the beater comes out. And then that way you don't make a big mess. I don't even scrape the stuff off of the beater. I just pick it up, dump the flour in, put it back down. You need to be sure and lock your mixer head on the side. This is just a fun way to get a lot of cookies out of three recipes combined. Divide your dough into 3 parts and scoop it out and put it in 2 other mixing bowls. And then we're going to make oatmeal cookies now. 3 cups of oatmeal, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and some nuts. No, and some raisins. And then we're going to add the oatmeal to the dough, just like we did before, 1 cup at a time. And get it all incorporated. Doesn't take long. This is a pretty stiff dough, so using the mixer is a good thing. And then we're going to take the dough out of the bowl, pull out 24 inches of plastic wrap, fold it back over the top, and you're going to make a log. It's about a 3-inch diameter log. It's a fat log. And then we're ready to go to make our next one. And it's going to be chocolate chip cookies. We all love chocolate chip cookies. So I like to pound my pecan pieces, and I'm using Robert's gavel to do it, but you can use a rolling pin. In a Ziploc bag, it works well. You don't make a big mess. Dump it all in and take a wooden spoon and stir it together. Form your log again, and you got 2 different types of cookies now. Next, we're going to make pecan sandies. This is one of my favorite cookies. I like my pecans pounded very thin, or you can grind them in a food processor. But I didn't want to mess up another thing to clean. So I just stir them all together. Be sure and use a wooden spoon because I broke that red spatula while I was doing it. It's a pretty stiff dough. Form it into a log and put it with your other 2 logs in a big Ziploc bag. Stick it in the refrigerator. The key here is not to bake the cookies today. Do it tomorrow or whenever you want to. Slice a 1-inch section and divide it into 4 pieces. Put it on some parchment paper on your favorite cookie sheet. I like the air ones. And then you just have to slide the parchment paper over onto your cooling rack. And you're good to bake cookies. 3 different types. See you later. Come on in, everybody. Let me get sort of in the middle. There. I'm a perfectionist. What can I tell you? Come on in, folks. Come on in. I lost my hairbrush. I just got through curling my hair a little bit. Just a little bit. So y'all, get on in here. get on in here. I wanted something hot. It's kind of nasty outside. And I went into my drawer and I got my bottle of cafe mocha. Let me get the chat up. And this is my little canister. It's an old-timey, but it's new. I think you can get it. This one's made by Fido. Anyway, you can get them at the dollar store. And they make great little jars of something you put together. Of cafe mocha. And I have experimented with cafe mocha over the years. Let me tell you the story about cafe mocha. I was going to college, and it was 1996. Yeah, it was 96. That was the year I met Robert, but I didn't meet Robert until August. And we got married in November. So I didn't have a whole lot of money. A lot of things happened that spring. And I couldn't afford to go to the coffee shop and get a cup of coffee with people I went to school with. They were much younger than I was. I was in my early 40s, 40, 42, 43. And same age as my sister, Susan, right now. And it was one of those things where I was feeling kind of left out. But I didn't want to feel left out, so I started experimenting. I mean, I had a thermos bottle. I had a thermos bottle, and I would fill this thermos bottle up with hot water, and then I would have a travel mug. I don't know where I got the travel mug, but it was a good old travel mug. And so I would mix up a concoction and put it in a little Ziploc bag of instant coffee, powdered milk, and Nestle's Quick. I mean, I grew up on Nestle's Quick. I love Nestle's Quick. And so I put together this recipe, and it started with a jar, like a 12-ounce jar of cafe mocha, of instant coffee. And I like Taster's Choice because it was freeze-dried coffee. And it just tasted more realistic. Now, you don't have to use a whole jar. If you're making a bunch, yeah, you could use a whole jar. But you can use, this is a proportion recipe. And I have my cafe mocha right here in my little Fly Lady cup. Oh my. And I took it one step further. I ordered a bag of freeze-dried mini marshmallows. And I just put a handful in it. So this is just a treat. It's just an amazing little treat. So I kept experimenting till I got the proportional relationship down pat. So it was 1 part, and you can use a cup. 1 cup of instant coffee. Use what you got in your pantry if you have some. 2 cups of Nestle's Quick. Now, if you don't want to use Nestle's Quick, then use a cup of Hershey's Cocoa, because Nestle's Quick has sugar in it and cocoa. So just use 1 cup. Just play with it yourself. But I use 2 cups of Nestle's Quick. And they used to make a strawberry Nestle's Quick. Then I put 3 cups, and I've always had powdered milk on hand. I would use 3 cups of powdered milk. So it was a 1 to 2 to 3 proportion recipe of coffee, chocolate, and powdered milk. Now, here's some variations on a theme. If you want to make a pumpkin spice latte, really all that milk it just turns it into a latte. Put a little bit of put a you don't have to use the chocolate. You could use brown sugar and some pumpkin pie spice. You don't even have to put pumpkin in, just the spice of a pumpkin pie. A couple of tablespoons of that in it with the powdered milk, and you have got. They still make strawberry Nestle's quick. That's interesting. But you have a wonderful hot drink in the afternoon with just a zap of caffeine to keep you going till dinner time. I usually get really sleepy about the time after dinner, about 7 o'clock when Wheel of Fortune comes on. How y'all liking Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest? I still haven't gotten used to it. Anyway, this proportional recipe was just lovely. So I would take a couple of 1 ounce scoops and put them in a Ziploc bag. I'm coming back around to it and take my hot water that I had in my thermos. It was a Stanley thermos bottle I'd gotten at a yard sale somewhere. And I would mix up my cafe mocha mix in my travel mug, and I'd have a cup of something wonderful. I didn't feel left out of all the other people going to the coffee shop. I had what I needed, and I'd ride home. I lived um, up a mountain about 30 minutes from town, up a mountain road. It was 78 curves up that mountain road. And I felt like I had a treat. One Christmas, I cleaned out all my mugs. And they were pretty. I had some pretty mugs. And I washed them all up. I got some, I don't think I used Ziploc bags, but I used some freezer bags that you could tie a bow around because a Ziploc bag doesn't look pretty when you tie a bow around it. But I put together, had the cup all clean and pretty, and you could, whoo, that hurt. Don't stifle sneezes, y'all. You'll blow the top of your head off. Anyway, I'm going to open this paper towel up so that if I need to sneeze again, I can grab it. But I took some Christmas mugs that I had and turned them into a cup with a bag of cafe mocha in it. Now, if your powdered milk is a little more granulated than you like it, you can put this whole concoction in your food processor or your blender and make it finer. And I added a scoop. One year I had some wooden spoons that I could put in there. Sometimes you can put a candy cane with it. You can do lots of things with it and make it look pretty. But I gave it as a gift. Just little friend's gift. Just a wonderful little gift. Nothing fancy. Just some mugs that I was getting rid of. And in fact, I've got some right now I could get rid of and do the same thing. Cafe mocha. All good to go. And it's a thoughtful gift. Maybe you make it for your teachers. Maybe you make it for your Sunday school class. Everybody gets a mug and a bag of cafe mocha. But remember, it's a 1 to 2 to 3 proportional recipe, starting with the coffee, with the Nestle's Quick, and 3 cups of powdered milk. And it works. Now you can adapt it if you want to. You can leave out the chocolate. You can take the coffee and the milk and put some brown sugar in it, so it's going to make like a caramel latte. You could add some cinnamon to the mix and have a cinnamon latte. You could just do lots of things. I don't go to Starbucks. I've rarely gone to Starbucks in my life. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've been to a Starbucks. But just think about it. Pumpkin spice latte. We've all got pumpkin pie spice in our drawers in our kitchen. Powdered creamer has more oil in it, I think. But powdered creamer, unless you've made it yourself, I wouldn't use that stuff. It's got too many additives in it. Powdered milk is just plain milk that's been dehydrated or freeze dried. So that's how the cafe mocha recipe came up. And I've tried to get a local company here to make some so we could sell it, but it always didn't taste right. It didn't taste like mine. And I use Taster's Choice, Nestle's Quick, and Carnation instant milk. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you very much. One of our fly babies, Hello World, needs our prayers, y'all. And she has been diagnosed with something that's terminal. And we need to rebuke whatever is attacking her in the name of Jesus Christ. We rebuke that infirmity that is attacking her body in the name of Jesus. And we command that infirmity to go back to the pits of hell where it belongs, never to bother another soul again. We also agree with the word that by Jesus' stripes we are healed. Do you hear me? By his stripes we are healed. And the healing is going to happen. At this point, don't believe what the doctor said. I'm not telling you to ignore him. I'm telling you to put your faith in God. Put your faith in God. By his stripes we are healed. We agree with that in the name of Jesus. And go to Oasis Healing Summit. They've done 2 of them. One in September and one in October. These are 2 of the most amazing healing services I have ever watched. And there's also a movie about the Azusa Street revival that is all about healing. I love you. Hello, world. Feel it. Know it. As Pastor Hagen said, he could always tell when he was going through a healing service if somebody was going to be healed or not. They'd say, I hope so. You got to know so, sister. You got to know so. You got to feel it in your heart. You got to know that the healing is there. So put your faith in the Lord and go watch the Oasis Healing Summit. Dutch Sheets was the main speaker. They had a chair on stage from an A.A. Allen meeting, tent meeting. Oh, I've never experienced anything like that. And, I don't really think about me needing healing, but you know what I noticed the other day? And this is profound. It's been years since I could get my wedding rings off. I mean, my fingers swell, my toes swell. I have no inflammation whatsoever. None. And I give it all the glory goes to God. I didn't ask for healing, but all of a sudden, night before last, I could take my rings off. Not that I take my rings off, but look at this. Look at it. No inflammation, none whatsoever. No feet swelling, none whatsoever. I am healed by the grace of God and the glory of Jesus Christ. The 39 stripes he took. I know I was healed. I didn't ask for it, but other people have not asked for healing and they got healed. They had a testimony from a couple they were in the balcony and people were going down to get prayed over, and they didn't go down because they just didn't go down. But they had an appointment on Monday. This happened on a Friday. On a Monday, she was supposed to have kidney surgery or something. And you know what? They did some last minute exams and they told her she didn't need to have surgery. Her husband was supposed to have knee surgery in a couple of weeks. His knees were totally healed. So, folks, you can make this thing decaf if you want to. Get some decaf instant coffee. I need a little caffeine every now and then. And start laughing. Start laughing. One of my favorite things to laugh at are funniest home videos, the animal editions of them. And they're online. They're on YouTube. And animals can be so funny, just so funny. I don't know what's going on with Tracy. I'm getting in, asking for prayers for our family. Our mama passed away a week ago today, and we had her funeral yesterday. She was 86. Praise the Lord. She's 86. How beautiful. How beautiful. I pray for the family, Tracy. I pray for you and your family. Funerals are hard. I told Robert I couldn't go to Charles's funeral. It probably means I won't have anybody at mine, but that's okay. It don't matter. I'll see him later. Anyway, praise the Lord. Put all your faith in him. All your faith in him. You can't sit on a fence when it comes to faith. And the Bible tells us the faith of a mustard seed can move a mountain from here to there. It doesn't take much. And sometimes it takes a step forward in transmitting that faith. One of the things I remember from the Azusa Street book that I read. Now, Azusa Street was in LA. It was an old stable. It had been a furniture warehouse. It had been lots of things. And they started having church services there. And one of the things when people would get prayed over, the glory of God came down. The fire department was contacted because they saw fire coming out of the roof. It was a fire. It was a glory of God because people would come into this presence of this fog in the room. The children played hide and seek in the fog, and the children were healed. One little girl couldn't hear, and she couldn't go to school because she couldn't hear. I've seen an interview with that woman on the internet. All you gotta do is look it up. Girl healed of hearing. But they would take a step out in faith, like somebody needed to walk. They haven't walked in years, and they were in a wheelchair, and they were brought into the stable in a wheelchair. And so the people that were ministering to them, the first thing they do is that they, before they ever started praying over them, was lift up the little flaps on the wheelchair that hold the feet. Lift them up, because a lot of people stood up and tripped over those little flaps. They were so excited that they could walk. So folks, take that step. Know that you're being healed. Know it. Whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you. But watch the Oasis Church. Dutch Sheets' brother, Tim, who is the pastor at this church, they started praying over him every week in a prayer call. He had stage 4 cancer, and they started praying over him every week. And it was just Dutch and his friends, and they'd come together with Tim, and this prayer call turned in to this healing summit. They've had 2 of them. I think they're going to do one every month. They might even start doing them every week. I don't know. But if you can't get there, you can watch it online. There are hubs of people all over the world that are streaming it live. Anyway, be thankful. Start praising God for the healing, and listen to Pastor Kenneth Hagin. Pastor Kenneth Hagin, a whole room would fall out. And I didn't know about him. He died in 2003. He and Derek Prince died within 5 days of each other. You know they had to be celebrating in heaven when those two got there. But Pastor Hagin, he was healed as a 15 or 16-year-old. He had a heart problem. He couldn't play as little kids. You have to listen to Pastor Hagin's testimony. They've even done a drama about it. He died 3 times in one day. And it's just a powerful drama that they did at Rhema Bible College, Bible Church. Just powerful. But he's so funny. They would even take handkerchiefs and pray over handkerchiefs and send them back to send them back with the families. That's just beautiful. And that's biblical too. A cloth that they would take home. Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law. Peter's mother-in-law of a high fever. Of a high fever. And the next thing you know, she's waiting on them. So please, everybody, whatever you need, put your faith in it. Your faith. That's why I wear this mustard seed right here. To remember that faith. That it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. So my faith when the storm hit here, when the storm hit here, my faith was to be calm, to get a book that I was reading, a book on tape, and to lay down on the couch. I was not afraid. I wasn't pacing the floor. I wasn't doing. I curled up on the couch with a book in my ear and a prayer in my heart. And the storm was over, and the water came up on the creek. We already had 22 inches of rain. The water came up, but our bridge didn't go out. And I watched the most amazing thing on the news last night. And I'm going to cry, and I don't care if y'all don't like it if I cry. Don't care, because this was beautiful. This family was stuck. Their bridge was gone. They couldn't get to their house. They ended up having to put down things to walk in the creek to get out. And this one elderly lady, she crawled out. So the daughter put a sign up. We need a bridge. That's a step in faith. And one morning, they woke up the next morning and they had a new bridge. Now, whether it was angels building it during the night, they don't know who did it. But she put a step in faith. We need a new bridge. And there it was. We've got some Amish that have come down from Pennsylvania who are building cabins, little sheds, and making them warm. Little sheds and making them warm. Cabins for Christ. Imagine that. Cabins for Christ. So y'all, step out in faith. You'll be surprised at what God will do. I love you all. Be good, kind, and sweet. Thank you, Lord, for the healing that is coming upon your servant that has asked for prayers. Hello, world. Thank you, Lord. Heal whatever's going on in her head. Heal it in the name of your Son. Thank you for all your healing, Lord. Keep us safe from harm. Protect us from evil. In Jesus' name, amen and amen. Be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself. By exercising your faith, sometimes it doesn't take much at all. Be kind to others by sharing this little exercise in faith. Step out toward what you're looking for. Start praising God for it the minute you ask for it. That's part of stepping out in faith. And let that joy that's in here show the world who you are, a child of the Most High, the only living God in the cosmos. Here's to seeing Him one day, worshiping at His feet. I love you all. Get in here. We're going to get started. I have promised you all I'd be on here at 1:30. I'm about 2 minutes late, but something happened weird with my phone. But I've got my bottle of water. You need to get you a bottle of water. You need to be dressed to lace up shoes. And we're going to get started with crisis cleaning. So here's how it works. We're going to spend 15 minutes. I have my trusty timer right here. And I am going to turn it up where it makes a racket. Yep, it's going to make a noise. And I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And we're going to start in our kitchen. It is the heart of our home. And this is exactly where we're going to start. Now, this is, let's just say you get a call from somebody you went to high school with and you haven't seen them in 20 years and they're in your neighborhood. I mean, they're gonna be coming to your town and they'll be there in an hour, 15 minutes tops. Yep. So, this is what you do. Okay, so you're dressed in lace-up shoes and you're going to set your timer for 15 minutes. Are you ready? And we're going to our kitchen. Now, I'm going to talk you through this. I'm going to talk for 15 minutes on what we're going to be doing in our kitchen. So, go to your kitchen, and the first thing... sorry. I forgot to put my microphone on. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our kitchen, and we're going to put a stopper in the sink, and you're going to fill your sink full of hot, soapy water. Always, when you go into the kitchen to do anything, you fill your sink full of hot, soapy water. And this is how you do it. I use a silver rag, and you're in luck. Silver rags are there's a special deal on them right now. I keep a silver rag or a purple rag in my sink at all time for washing dishes. They make the best dishcloths you've ever seen. So we're going to focus on the sink full of hot soapy water. Do not leave your kitchen. You're going to stay in your kitchen for 15 minutes. And this is how we're going to do it. Sink full of hot soapy water. And you're going to start putting dishes in the sink while the water's filling up. And I want you to open up your dishwasher and think about, is it clean dishes in there or are there dirty dishes in there? If there are dirty dishes in there and it's full to the brim, I want you to start the dishwasher and get it running. This is half the battle. Let's get the dishwasher going. Let's get those appliances going. Now, you're not going to clean your oven out right now. You're not going to clean out your refrigerator. You're focused on the surface. Surface clutter. Your countertops, your sink, and your dining room table or your kitchen table. And this is all we're going to focus on right now. So, if your dishwasher needs emptying, let's do that while I'm talking. It only takes 3 to 4 minutes to empty your dishwasher. So let's get the dishwasher going emptied so you can put more dishes in there. If it's full, you're going to have to let it run. Let it run. And then start washing dishes. Now, wipe down your countertops so you can put a dish towel out to lay your clean dishes on. And I just got through washing a bunch of dishes. My dishwasher had dirty dishes in it. I started it, but there were still a few that wouldn't fit in there. And I am running my dishwasher, and then I washed a few dishes, wiped down my countertops, wiped down my stove. So that's what you're going to focus on, just your kitchen. Focus on the left side of your sink, and just look at your kitchen as if you never looked at it before. And let's just clean everything toward the sink that's on the left side of your sink. And then focus on the right side of your sink. That's where I dry my dishes. I lay my dishes out to dry. That's also where, when I empty things out of the dishwasher, they go right there so that I don't have to make steps over to where they belong. And then I will move them all over to where they're supposed to go. So let's get started. You're already going. We got 11 more minutes to go, and it's going to be fun. We're going to get this kitchen clean, and the kitchen is the heart of your home. It really is. Now, you could put on a teapot full of hot water right now and just, get the water boiling so you'll have some tea for when you're through with your crisis cleaning. And let's get that. And sometimes you can even put some spices in there. If you just have a pot that you boil herbs in, get that wonderful smell of herbs like cinnamon and cloves and maybe an orange peel or something, or a drop of orange oil. And let's get our house smelling good at the same time that we're doing the crisis cleaning. Now, as you've got the dishes soaking, sometimes you just need to let them soak a little bit. Don't ever walk away from your sink with water running. But put the dishes in the hot soapy water. And then let's take that from that point and let's look at our floors. You know, the floor can be kind of a gross situation, and I want you to get some hot water and put on your mop cloth. And let's mop our floors. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Just a quick once over. Done. I'm doing this crisis cleaning to help you get ready for the holidays. Sometimes we need to see a little success to feel empowered. You know what I mean? Let's feel a little success in what we're doing, and then that way we're spending 15 minutes in our kitchen. So let's mop real quick, just the floor, around the sink, around the stove, just a quick and dirty mop. Just a quick and dirty mop. It doesn't take long. It just has to be done. And then you can take that mop cloth and put it. You can lay it out under your sink to dry, or you can take it to the wash machine and throw it in the wash machine and turn it on. You know, it's all about getting those appliances running. That's what we used to say. You know, just get the appliances going, and it'll look like you're doing something. But this time we're really using a little elbow grease, and we're getting things done. Getting your kitchen clean, that is the heart of the home. So when your friend gets there in an hour, the tea water will be simmering, and you can pour you a cup of tea. You can already have your own cup of tea, because that's what we do at the last thing. So we've spent 7 minutes already, half our time's done in our kitchen, and we're staying focused. This is focus on your kitchen. We're not leaving the kitchen for anything. We're focusing on our kitchen. And then when you get through emptying the dishwasher, and you can add more dishes to your dishwasher and run it again, or you can just keep washing dishes. Just don't expect them to just magically get done by themselves. Wash the dishes, rinse them, lay them on your dish towel, and before you know it, your kitchen is going to be looking good. Now, it doesn't take long to do the floor. So you've done the floor. I want you to rinse out your purple rag or silver rag. There goes my magic wand. Purple rag or silver rag. And I want you to take your cloth, and we're going to wipe down our stove. Now rinse it out really well. Do not get distracted. Kitchen only. Yes. We're going to take our purple rag, and we're going to wipe down our stove. We're going to wipe down. I have a glass top stove. It gets to looking pretty rough. And I have a single edge razor blade. So don't go looking for a single edge razor blade if you don't have one handy in your kitchen drawer. But I use that to scrape off things around the circle on the eyes of my stove. But if you don't have one, don't worry about it. Don't go looking for it. We don't want to get sidetracked. You hear me? No getting sidetracked. Wipe down your stove surface. And if your grates look pretty rough, don't worry about those either. Just leave them on the stove, because it's going to look like it's part of the stove. And then we're going to wipe down our oven front. So stay focused on the kitchen, just the kitchen. That's all we're doing right now. And once you wipe down the stove, go over to the refrigerator and wipe the fingerprints off your refrigerator. A knife can actually cut grooves into your stovetop, so be careful using a knife. I like to use just a single edge razor blade, like you were taking a paint off of a window that you'd accidentally got on there. And it's just residue. It's just residue. So you can do this. Stay focused in your kitchen. Stay focused in your kitchen. Now, let's look at your dining table, the table that's in your kitchen, or the bar, or if you have an island in your kitchen. Let's look at that island and see what's on there that needs to be put away. You got it? So grab a box or basket or something and start taking things off of the island that don't belong there and putting them in this basket. Now, I don't want you running around. You got water going in the kitchen. I don't want you running around. You're staying in the kitchen. Stay in the kitchen. And even if you have to get a big pot to put things in, you're not leaving the kitchen to go get a basket. You hear me? We're staying in the kitchen. And we're going to clean off our island, because that's the first thing people see when they walk into your kitchen. It's the first thing they see. So let's clear off our kitchen counter that is our island. If you have a dining room table that the piles of paper clutter get on, then you've got to pull everything off of there too. This is crisis cleaning 101. We are staying focused in our kitchen. We've got 4 more minutes. 4 minutes and 40 seconds. So let's stay focused on our kitchen. Now, you're not doing this so fast that you're haphazard with your work. You're staying consistent. Leanne just talked about consistency. Stay focused on what you're doing. Work your way around your kitchen until you get all the flat surfaces cleared off. Now, your canisters, do they look rough? Do they look dirty? Rinse your rag again and wipe down your canisters real quick. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to get out the Windex or anything. You're just going to wipe down your canisters and make them look, if you want to spray your rag with a little Windex, that's fine too. But just stay focused on your kitchen. And then you're going to be so surprised that when the kitchen looks good, the rest of the house is going to look good. So we've got a little over 3 minutes to go in our kitchens, and you can do this. It's not hard, but we have to put our blinders on and we have to stay focused in the kitchen. Our biggest problem is trying to go all over the place, trying to do too much, and we get this reverse scavenger hunt going, and we can't get anything accomplished. We're staying in the kitchen. I mean, and if you want to get out 2 cups and a saucer for your friend that's coming, this is going to be a fun time for you to make a pot of tea and have a cup of tea, because that's what we're going to do at the last thing. Now, the secret is we're going to stay 15 minutes in our kitchen, 15 minutes in our entrance and our main living area, the things that when somebody walks in your door, they see. And then we're going to spend 15 minutes in your main bathroom. And then the last 15 minutes is the most important 15 minutes of the whole hour. And that's 15 minutes to catch your breath, because this is sort of an aerobic atmosphere that you're in. You're getting things done. You're staying focused on what needs to be done to make your house look good. This is crisis cleaning. This is crisis cleaning. And this is when you get that call from your mother-in-law that she's almost, she's an hour away and you got to get the house clean. So we've all done it. And what makes our house look messy is every flat surface is cluttered. And that's the way it is in the kitchen. Every flat surface has clutter on it. So let's stay focused in the kitchen. We have 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute countdown. We can do it. They do it in football all the time. We got a 2-minute countdown, and we're going to get our kitchens looking good. Now, once you get the dishes emptied and dishes put away, your kitchen is going to look great. You got a pot of water on boiling with, if you want to put some spices in it, that's fine. Doesn't take much to get the smell going. And your house is going to smell good too as you do your crisis cleaning. But just let the water simmer. Don't put it on full boil. You don't want it to boil dry. We're staying focused in the kitchen. 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in your kitchen, and then we're going to move on to the living room. So just look around your kitchen, see what else needs to be taken care of. You cleared off your dining table and your island. Push your bar stools up to the counter, and it will make, get everything. Put the chairs up to the table, wipe the table off. And there you have it. You've practically cleaned your whole kitchen in 15 minutes time. You can be surprised at how much you can get done in just 15 minutes. And it's so fun to stay focused. So anytime you want a crisis clean, put on this little video. Don't watch the video. Just put the phone in your pocket, put your headset on, and let me talk you through it. Don't watch it. That's going to ruin it. So set the phone up in your kitchen and just let me talk to you. You don't have to watch it because that's going to keep you from doing what you need to do. So stay focused. Let the dishwasher keep running. And leave the hot soapy water in your sink for right now, because if you need to, you can come back and do the kitchen again. Work in the kitchen some more. Okay, that's our first 15 minutes. Setting the timer again for another 15 minutes, and we're going to peek out the front door and see if you've got a rotten pumpkin on your front porch, or whatever decoration needs to be taken off that's from the last holiday. It could be Halloween, it could be Christmas and it's March, or it could be Easter stuff that hadn't happened since last year. So let's look at our front porch and see what needs to be thrown away on the front porch right now. That's our first thing. Then look at your front door. Does it have fingerprints and puppy nose prints and paw prints on your front door? Grab a purple rag and we're going to wipe the windows down. It takes 30 seconds. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to get the fingerprints off the windows and wipe down the door if it's got some muddy paw prints on it. And let's get that looking clean, because that's the first thing your guest is going to see. You want that front door looking pretty. And you can do this. It's so easy. Now, once you've gotten that door cleaned, because we get muddy paw prints on our door all the time, you take your broom and head out to the front porch and just quickly sweep the front stoop. That's all you got to do. Just sweep a path. If you got leaves out there, just sweep them off to the side. You don't have to sweep the whole porch. You're just making a path. You're just making a path. Now, once that's done, we're going to go into the front door and shut the door behind you, and we're going to look at what you see in your living room. Don't look at the whole thing. What's the first thing that catches your eye? Is it the credenza? For me, it's the credenza right behind my couch. It is a catch-all. Sometimes it piles up with things. If packages come in, that's where Robert puts them, and they have to be emptied every day. So let's clear off the flat surfaces. Grab a box or a laundry basket, and let's go to every flat surface and let's clear it all off. Now, this is crisis cleaning. This is not fly lady cleaning. This is crisis cleaning. Somebody's coming to your house and you need the house looking halfway decent. Yep, that's all it is. But it will give you some success. It will show you that there is hope. So let's walk around the living room and the entrance area of your home and gather up everything that's on a flat surface. Yep. And you're going to put it in the basket. Laundry basket should hold it all. And you can do it. You can do it. Don't say I don't have time, because you do have time. You have 15 minutes and we're staying focused. We got 12 more minutes to go in our living room and we're clearing off the flat surfaces. You can't dust a flat surface with stuff all over it. So what we're going to do is, once we get the stuff off our flat surfaces, go put that on your bed, because that means you have to deal with it before bedtime. You got that? There's a method to my madness. You have to deal with it before bedtime. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that basket on your bed. So you have to deal with it before you go to bed. Yep, after your company leaves, then you're going to take that basket and you put everything where it belongs. But right now, we're clearing off the flat surfaces. Then I want you to take your feather duster and a damp purple rag. Feather duster and a damp purple rag. I want you to feather dust right quick. It takes 2 minutes to feather dust my whole house. And you can do this. We're going to feather dust the living room. And then if it's no time at all, just run around the house and and in your living room and feather dust everything that has a clear flat surface. And then if it needs a little extra wiping, use a damp purple rag and wipe things off, because it'll dry right quick. Just it'll dry and it'll look good. It'll look great. Now when you get through wiping down all your furniture, I want you to look at the back of your couches. I want you to think about, I have a dog that has decided that the back of the couch is where she has to watch for us to come home. And she's lying on the back of our couch waiting for us to come home, and she smushes it down. So I have a rubber scrubber that cleans off my dog hair and pet hair and cat hair from the back of my couch. Also, the back of your couches get dusty. So do a quick just brush of the back of your couches and the seats of your couches, and then that way it looks good. It looks good. And don't worry about the floor just yet. Just sweep it right on into the floor, because we're going to get that up in just a second. But right now we're dealing with the backs of the couches. And we've done our flat surfaces, and it's going to look good. We have 9.5 minutes to go. Look what we've gotten done so far. So let's get the backs of our couches looking good and the seats of our couches, and let's plump the pillows. Pretty pillows make everything look good. If you've got a blanket, put that in the basket along with the stuff you've cleared off the beds, and let's, messy blankets on your couch make the room look messy too. So let's gather that up. And I have a fireplace that can get quite messy, and just a quick sweep of all the ash residue into the fireplace is good enough. It's just good enough. And it feels so good. Then I want you to take your purple rag and rinse it out real good, and let's go do your back door. If you have a door, I have a door out to my back deck, and it gets those puppy nose prints and those muddy paw prints on it all the time. And that'll make the room look good. It'll make it look great. And then while you're in there, it never hurts to put on some fun music. Some fun music on your stereo system. And then that way you have music keeping you company and me keeping you company, and you're getting things done in your living room. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to think about the floors. If you have hardwood floors, grab your mop again, and we'll do a quick mop. If you've wipe down the couch with a rubber scrubber and that stuff's in the floor, your quick mop around will gather all of that up. If it's gone under the couch, don't worry about moving the couch. We're not moving the couch. We're clearing off our coffee table, and we're making everything look presentable. You've done a little feather dusting and wiping down the flat surfaces. We've wiped down the back door, and it's looking good already. You can't believe the difference that getting all of the stuff off of your flat surfaces has done for your home. It's going to change everything. We have 7 minutes to go. We're halfway there. And I'm trying to think of other things. Are there magazines and books that are out of place? Put them on the basket, and that basket's going to go into your bedroom, because nobody's going to go in your bedroom, even if you have to lock the door. Even if you have to lock the door to keep somebody from going in there. And we'll get this room looking good. When you come into your living room, this is what you're going to see. A clear, great looking living room that's lived in. It's not perfect, but guess what? It's welcoming to guests. And you can set a coffee cup on your coffee table and not be embarrassed to have to move stuff out of the way. You're going to do this. This is crisis cleaning 101. 15 minutes in your kitchen, 15 minutes in your living room, and then we're going to do 15 minutes in the bathroom, because you do not want to be embarrassed by somebody going into the bathroom, the main bathroom of your home, and it being a disaster area. We're not going to do it. But we're staying focused in our living room. We've got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. Now look around and see if there's anything that I've missed. Do you have rugs that need a good carpet sweeping? So grab your carpet sweeper and do your rugs right quick. Takes 2 minutes, 2 minutes at all. And this is going to be, your rugs are going to look good. If you need to, you can sweep it with your sweeper or your broom, and then use your mop to gather it all up and get it out the door. You'll be so blown away that what 15 minutes can do to make your living room look absolutely amazing. You walk into the entrance of your house and there you see this beautiful living room all put together. And you know how to karate chop those pillows like they do on HGTV. Make your pillows look good. And let's just get this room looking wonderful. Wonderful. And then we're going to take some deep breathing. We're going to take some deep breathing, and after our 15 minutes in the bathroom is up, and you're going to compose yourself because you've worked out pretty good. You've worked out pretty good getting this done. This is crisis cleaning 101. And it's all about kitchen, living room, bathroom, and then you. And you're the most important part of this. You are the most important part. So keep focused on your living room. We have 4 more minutes to go in our living room. Do you have some magazines that need to be put in recycling? Do you have a bunch of paperwork on your coffee table? Let's get that stuff off of there. Get it in a basket, and you can look at it in just a little bit after your company leaves, because we're not going to get sidetracked going through paperwork. You got that? And you might need a drink of water, because I did. Let's get some water in us, and let's keep moving right along. Keep moving right along. The carpet sweeper gets up that pet hair like you wouldn't believe. You don't even know that there's that much pet hair on the rug. You don't have to empty it right now. We're just going to get the pet hair up. That's all we're going to do. Gather up all the stuff on our flat surfaces. These are hot spots. These are the place where you put one piece of paper and it starts multiplying like rabbits. Like rabbits, I'm telling you. So we are going to gather this paper up, and then you can breathe. Then you can really breathe. Yes, we have a lot of paperwork, and it needs to have its own home. Everything has a home, everything in its place, everything has a place, and everything in its place. But right now is not the time to try to figure out where that place is. Do you hear me? We're staying focused on making the living room look clean. What we want to do when we know company is coming is we want to start painting or doing something stupid. All we got to do is clean off our flat surfaces. We just have to clean off our flat surfaces. That's it. And our houses will look clean. Our houses will look wonderful. And it will be fun. It will be fun to do. But we're staying focused on our living room right now and the entrance of our home. Do you have a bunch of shoes right by the front door where people come in and they trip over these shoes? Gather up all those shoes and put them in a basket and take them to your bedroom, or take them to the kids' room, whoever they belong to, and get them out of the living room. Don't start putting them away, but just get them out of the living room for right now. That's all you got to do. I keep saying that's all you got to do, but we're staying focused in our living room. We got 1 minute and 44 seconds in our living room to go. 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we can do this. And your living room is going to look good, and you'll be able to go, wow, my living room can look like this, and it will look like this. It can look like this. It can be beautiful. But you just have to stay focused and not be running around all over the place. Yes, I know people who have done this. Now, take your damp purple rag and wipe down some your switches. Sometimes they get dirty handprints and we don't even notice it. So wipe down some switches right quick. Doesn't take but just a second to do this. And we got 1 minute to go, and your living room is looking good, honey. It is looking good because you have stayed focused. You haven't left the living room. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the bathroom, but we still got 30 seconds. So take a deep breath. I want you to look around your living room and see if there's anything else out of place. Just look around and see if there's anything else that's out of place. And deal with it. That's all you got to do. Anything else out of place. Put your purse where it belongs. And just, here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. There, we got it. Living room. If it's not done, it's real close to getting done. So I'm setting the timer again. And we're going to go into our main bathroom. This is the bathroom that people would use if they asked to use your restroom. Okay? So, setting the timer, 15 minutes. We're going to go in the bathroom. Now, this person isn't going to be taking a shower. It's not going to be taking a shower. So, we're not going to worry about our bathtub. What we're going to worry about is our toilet and our sink and our countertop. We're going to start with our countertop. What is out of place on the counter? Do you have things that need to go somewhere else? You know, today last week I had emptied a bag of things from Leanne's house. I undid them, in most of the things went in my medicine cabinet, but I had a jar of perfect paleo protein sitting right on the counter. So I moved that to the kitchen where I keep it. And then you just got to clear off your counters. Now, put some hot soapy water in your sink and take your purple rag or silver rag and rinse it really, really well and wipe down your countertop. And then you'll be so surprised at how the bathroom is going to look wonderful. It's just going to look absolutely wonderful. And then we're going to take and wipe the sink out real good. Wash it. If you need to use some cleanser on the sink, then let the water out and use some cleanser on the sink. Wipe down your faucets. Wipe behind the sink, wipe behind the faucets. Rinse your rag out really well and clean the dental floss home runs off the mirror. This is going to make this bathroom look and smell good. Now, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty and the dirty. And what we've got to do next is deal with the toilet. So I don't want you to be surprised if you lift up the seat on the toilet and it looks really bad. I want you to take some Windex or your purple rag. This will be a dirty purple rag because you're not going to be able to use it on anything else. It's going to have to go to the wash machine. But I want you to wipe down your toilet seat and wipe down the edge of the toilet. And then if you need to, spray some Windex around the base of your toilet and clean the floor around your toilet. Now, if you have a rug in your bathroom, you're going to need to either put that in the washing machine, or you're going to need to just put it in the tub for later, because nobody's going to be looking in your bathtub. Nobody's going to be looking. We're staying focused on putting out a clean towel for somebody. Put their dirty towel in the hamper and get out a clean towel so someone can dry their hands. And let's just get your bathroom smelling good and looking good. And the next thing you're going to have to focus on is your floor. And a bathroom floor is pretty small. You can take a wet purple rag, not the one you just used on your toilet. We're going to get a different one. And we're going to wipe down. We're going to wipe the floor. Yep. With your foot. That's all you got to do. Just keep wiping the floor. And this room is going to smell better. It's going to look better. Now look at your doors on your vanity. Are they nasty looking? Wipe them down right quick with a clean purple rag. or a washcloth. I don't care what you use. Just stay focused on your bathroom. Mirror, countertop, sink, faces of your vanity, the floor, around the base of the toilet, the back of the toilet. What do you have on the back of your toilet? Do you have too many books on there? Let's get rid of those books and clear off the back of the toilet and wipe it down with your clean rag. And it gets dusty. Do you have too many things on the shelves? Do a quick rearranging of shelves. Shelves are the towels just folded any which way. Take a minute and refold some towels and put them on the shelves. I'm trying to think of how my bathroom looks. Do your canisters need to be refilled? You have plenty of toilet paper in your bathroom. You don't want your guests saying, I'm sorry, I couldn't find any extra toilet paper, and look under your bathroom cabinet. Wow, that would be make sure you got plenty of toilet paper in your bathroom so that they don't have to holler, I'm having a drip dry in here. So please get plenty of toilet paper in your bathroom so that they will not have to look for toilet paper. I've had that happen to me at somebody's house, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for them. It's embarrassing for you. So stay focused. Let's get our bathroom company ready. Company ready. And we're going to have to swish the toilet eventually. So I keep a toilet bowl brush in Dawn dishwashing liquid with half water, half Dawn dishwashing liquid right there. But I also have some lavender smelly stuff that I can squirt in the toilet that makes the toilet smell good too. So do a quick swish and swipe in your toilet after you've already wiped down the seat and the rim, and your bathroom is going to smell good. It's going to look good. If you have some lavender oil, you can take a little drop of it and put it on the inside of your toilet paper roll. And then when they roll it off, it's like air freshener. You can use orange oil too. It all is good just to make your bathroom smell wonderful. And it's just, we've done 7 minutes in here already, and look how good it's smelling. Now, put all the toothbrushes where they belong. Sometimes we need to just put the toothbrushes in the cabinet and leave them in the cabinet for right now. When it comes time for the kids to brush their teeth after getting ready for bed, you can pull them all out again. But right now, let's put everything away. Let's get everything up off the counter and clear your counter so it looks wonderful. And make sure you got hand soap in your soap dispenser for someone to wash their hands. Is that empty? So let's get everything looking. We're not dealing with the bathtub right now. Pull the shower curtain or the door shut. Now, if it looks pretty rough in there, then take a basket and gather everything off the edge of the tub if you need to. And then put it in your bedroom because you're going to deal with this later. You can put it all, then you can put it all away when they leave. Right now, you just want the bathroom looking company ready, because you do not want to have to deal with being embarrassed. This is not about you being embarrassed. This is about you feeling empowered. Do you hear me? This bathroom is going to look good. Now, if you need to get the mop out and mop the floor rather well, then do that. But it doesn't take long to mop. It's a small room. And I have a scale that gets really dusty, so I might wipe down my scale because it's got an inside and an outside, and just wipe it down so it looks good with little Windex and my purple rags. I keep a supply of purple rags in my bathroom because I use them for everything. So folks, don't get all bent out of shape that company's coming. Because when we get in a panic, we lose all sight of what the priority is. The priority was the kitchen. then the living room, and now the bathroom. And you're getting it looking good. You're going to make your bathroom look and smell good. And you can even pour a little squirt of lavender oil down your sink, and it's gonna smell good in your bathroom. Another thing you can do is put a little bit of lavender oil on a little piece of toilet paper, clean toilet paper, and wipe down your sink, and it'll make your sink shine. And it's gonna smell wonderful. It's gonna smell great. And especially if you have little boys, anything you can make a bathroom smell better, it's gonna be good. It might not be totally disinfected, but it'll smell good. And put some in your trash. Yeah. Oh, and empty the trash. Thanks, y'all. Let's empty the bathroom trash. Go stick it in your kitchen trash and put the lid on it. And just have a clean trash bag in there. I keep a roll of trash bags underneath the bottom, in the bottom of my lavender, right? Doing the lavender, lavender makes everything smell better. It really does. And I have Epsom salt in my bathroom. I have a huge 20-pound bag of Epsom salt. And I take about 3 cups of it and put it in a smaller bag with lavender oil. And I can open up that bag of lavender Epsom salt, and it just, the aroma is, it's just beautiful and relaxing. It really is beautiful and relaxing. And we can do this. We can, we're staying focused for 15 minutes. 15 minutes in the kitchen, 15 minutes in the living room and your entrance, and 15 minutes in your bathroom. And we're down to 4 minutes in the bathroom. Now look around. Do you have anything hanging on the back of your bathroom door? Are there any dirty clothes in the floor? Let's gather up all of your dirty clothes and everything that's on your bathroom door, and let's put that in a basket and put it on your bed, because you're going to have to deal with it after the company comes. And we're only going to spend 15 minutes dealing with it after the company leaves, and then it'll be ready to go. You can put things back where they belong, but don't junk it up. Clean things up as you're getting rid of it. You can do it. Clean things up. I got my heart rate up there just talking to you. Just talking to you. So keep going. We're down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. Y'all are really getting stuff done. I'm so proud of you. And if you do swish and swipe every day, your bathroom always looks pretty good. It always does. So let's stay focused in this bathroom. Do you need to put out some other fresh towels? Fresh, clean towels actually smell good too, especially if they've just been washed. So put them on the towel rack, and it's going to help make the bathroom smell wonderful. So what else can you think of that your guests might need in the bathroom? Do you have too many magazines in the bathroom? Let's get rid of some of those. You can do this. We're going to stay focused in this bathroom. Now look around and see if there's anything else. Look at the light switches. Do they need to be wiped down? Do you have too many cords on your counter? Stick them in the drawer. And then that way you can be able to, I keep my, not my phone in my bathroom, I keep my watch charging in my bathroom. And that's where I like to keep it, because when I get up in the middle of the night and walk in there, it comes on, it tells me what time it is. I don't have to search in the dark for the clock to look at it. So everybody just please, please, please stay focused. We got 2 minutes to go. And your bathroom's looking wonderful. It's smelling wonderful. And everything is, everything's just beautiful. And when it smells good, you feel good about it. You really do feel good about it. So folks, please stay focused on this bathroom and start slowing down just a little bit. We got 1 minute and 40 seconds. And just look around and see if there's anything that's out of place. And you can take care of this. Anything else that's out of place. And, take the dirty laundry, start winding things up. Oh, are all the light bulbs working in your bathroom? Yep. Sometimes they burn out and we don't know it. I'm not going to climb, so don't you be climbing. If the bathroom is one light bulb's burn out, don't worry about it. You can change that later. But if you have no light bulbs in your bathroom, that's pretty bad. But hey, you can get it done. You can get it done. So we're down to 1 minute. 1 minute. You can do this. You've done you're going on 45 minutes of staying focused on what's the job at hand. Now, the next thing we're going to do, we got 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds. Yeah, get a load of stuff going in the wash machine, and that's going to make your house smell good too, because washing things, that soap smell is in and around, and you can do it. 20 seconds. 19. Just start. Just breathing. Breathe slow. You can do this. Just breathe slow, and let's get this done, because you're going to feel good about your whole house right now. And there goes the timer. So the next 15 minutes, here's what we're going to do. I want you to pour yourself a cup of tea. Yep, a cup of tea. A cup of ice water. Get yourself something to drink, because we are going to decompress just a little bit, and we're going to start thinking about. Now, I want you to look at your clothes right now. Do you need to put on a clean top? Have you gotten your shirt all messed up from cleaning right fast? I want you to go to your closet, and if you need to get a new clean shirt on, I want you to do it right now. Go do that. And I know you got on your shoes, and then go to the bathroom, and I want you to look to see if your makeup needs to be freshened up. So let's get a clean shirt on, and let's look at our makeup. Put on some lipstick, a little blush. This is a quick and dirty way to look your best. Put some lipstick on, and then take your fingers and go like this and make blush out of it. And rub it in real good, and you'll have blush. Look at your glasses. Do they need cleaned? You don't want all spotty glasses when your friend comes to the door. So let's stay focused on yourself right now. Now get your cup of tea, and I want you to go sit down in a comfortable spot where you can see the door. You're going to look like the hostess with the mostest, or maybe be standing at your kitchen waiting to see somebody come down the driveway. I have a long driveway, and I look right down my driveway from my kitchen sink. And just, empty out the sink, and just stay calm. We're just staying calm. I want you to breathe. I want you to sit down, put your feet up, and I want you to relax just a little bit. We're not going to jump back in and get started. We're just finishing up and looking around at the house and feeling really proud of yourself. Really proud of yourself, because look at what you've accomplished in 45 minutes. And now we're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to get some water down us. We're going to get a cup of tea, and your house is smelling good. And just think about this. This is wonderful. We got 12 minutes to chill. She'll be here in 12 minutes. And I just want you to relax. I don't want you out of breath when you answer the door. I want you to be calm and cool and collected. How cool is this going to be? Calm, cool, collected. Because your kitchen is the heart of your home. Your living room looks wonderful. Your bathroom is not going to embarrass you if somebody has to go in there. And you are going to feel great. Feel great when you're getting to have a visit with your friend that you haven't seen in 20 years. So let go of all your anxiety, and let's just breathe. In fact, my watch just told me to breathe. So let's focus and breathe. And say a prayer for old friends. And just stay focused on loving yourself, being kind to yourself, and not trying to kill yourself by running all over the place. Just staying in one room while you're being focused on that one room is going to keep you cool under pressure. We're staying focused. And right now, our focus is taking care of us. Taking care of us. And you can do this. You really can. Because it doesn't have to be hard. We have 11 minutes to go before that doorbell's going to ring. 11 minutes to go. What can you do in 11 minutes? You know, is your dishwasher finished running? Just stay in your kitchen if you want to, at your kitchen table, with your feet up in a chair next to you. That's fine. But if you want to finish up a few little odds and ends things, we're not being rushed. We're taking it slow and steady. Slow and steady. We're catching our breath, and we can do this. We really can do this. Look, you stayed focused with me for almost an hour. How wonderful that you've gotten all this done. And this is a great way to get your house ready for company, because once you get all of this stuff gathered up that was making your house look messy, when the company leaves, you can go in one basket at a time and start putting things away or putting it in the trash. A lot of times it's just trash. Just trash. So let's do what we need to do to be ready for this company to come. Now, look in your refrigerator, and do you have something that you can serve as an appetizer, some cheese and crackers, or some little something, you know, a little plate of cookies. I'm not eating cookies, but that doesn't mean my guest wouldn't want some cookies. So start thinking about putting together a little cheese plate or some cookies or something to put on a plate to go with your tea. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It doesn't have to be anything special. I always keep a package of designer crackers in my pantry, and I always have cheese. So there you have it. Anything you can do that can put a little bit of stuff on your table. Butter cookies are a good way to keep things on hand. It's nice. You don't have to cook anything. You just open up a pack. So folks, you've done really well. I want you to calm yourself and just relax so that you can be ready for your company to knock on your door. Yep. So turn some lights on in the house. If it's rainy and nasty outside, get some lights on. Put some fun music on, just some light jazz. We had, Patty and I found a new jazz singer the other day, and her name is Can't think of her last name. But Melody Gardot is a nice little jazz singer. So if you've got an Alexa, just say Melody Gardot music, and just have a nice atmosphere going. That's what this is all about, is setting the tone for your home. And when you set the tone in your heart, then your home is going to fall right along with it. You're not going to be light a candle is good. A lot of people can't have Edmund. Yeah, Edmund. Yeah, that's what my sister said. But please just slow down and stay in a hurry, and put on some nice music. Not Cat Stevens, K-A-T Edmonds. Cat Edmonds. I heard her at my beauty shop on Wednesday, and she sounded just like Melody Gardot. And it's just some easy listening, light jazz music, and it's just beautiful background music. To having, I don't say those words out loud, but whatever you're using, just put on some fun music. Put on some fun music. Yep. So your house is looking good. Your kitchen's looking good. Your living room's looking good. Your bathroom is acceptable. And it smells good. And just Edmonds, not Edmondson, Edmonds. And it's just really beautiful music. And you can relax to that music too. Yep. So I'm not going to say the word, but tell Alexa to play Cat Edmonds music. And she will. She really will. And it's just relaxing. It's just relaxing. And you're going to be ready for her to knock on the door. You've got your cup of tea. You can get her a cup of tea. And y'all can have a nice visit. See how playing these little games is fun? Now, when you do get that phone call, you know how to do this. And keep, bookmark this video when I get it up on YouTube. Always know where it's going to be. And I'm going to put it up on our Fly Lady Radio page where you can access it very easily with Crisis Cleaning. And I'll have it ready for you so that you can do crisis cleaning anytime you want. Anytime. And it makes us feel empowered. It gives us hope that our house can look good in just a few short minutes. It really can. And when you're doing, this may be the last time you ever have to crisis clean, because establishing simple habits these simple habits are going to make your home be on automatic pilot. And your home is going to be absolutely cleaning itself without you even realizing it. So you can do this. You can do this. We got 4 minutes to go until she comes to the door. 4 minutes to go. And I want you to realize how strong you are. You don't have to be embarrassed by your home anymore. Our routines, our simple little habits, strung into routines, are going to change your life. This can happen. You just have to stay focused. Focused on what you're doing right now. You're chilling out right now. You're getting your house, it's sounding good, it's feeling wonderful, and you are going to have a great time visiting with your family. Look around, see if there's anything you missed, like toys in the floor, shoes by the door, coats, too many coats on the coat on your entrance. So look around and see if there's anything out of place, and you'll be ready. You'll be ready. Get some napkins out so your guests can have some napkins. I keep some pretty cloth napkins in a drawer, ready for company. So you can do this. You've done it already. You can do it. No more excuses. It just takes an hour. Anybody can do this in an hour. Anybody can do this. Can get their house looking good. No complaining, no whining, no going out to meet her at the coffee shop. She's coming to your house. She's coming to your house. And you're going to love showing off your house. You love your house. You just don't like it when it's messy. And our hot spots make it messy. Anybody can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do this. So please stay focused for the next 2 minutes. The doorbell could be ringing. I want you to, get a seat at your coffee.
Justin here from Fly Lady today to show you a little bit more about the Fly Lady I'm Flying 2025 calendar. Here is the Fly Lady 2025 calendar. As you can see, it is a nice size family calendar. It has lots of places on the inside to be able to write things. You can also see this on the inside. Great for hanging on a wall, the side of a refrigerator, a bulletin board, all these great places so you can write in lots of different things that are going on in your schedule. You can add in Fly Lady zones. It is a 17-month calendar. We start the calendar in August. And this is December of 2024. Here is January of 2025, as you can see. It's got the previous month and the upcoming month at a glance. It's a great family calendar by Fly Lady. Order yours today at flylady.net. Keep your whole family organized, on task, and on schedule. Go to flylady.net.
Come on, everybody, get in here. We got a treat today. We've got a box that's been wrapped in just plain old craft paper. It's an Amazon box. We got plenty of those around here this time of year. And it's not a very big box. And we got ribbon. We've got some plaid ribbon, which looks really good on this craft paper. And I'm going to teach you how to tie one of my weird bows that I've been tying for a lot of years. Probably 30 years, maybe 35 years. I've been tying this bow. And I just pick up it's 2.5 inch, 50 yards ribbon. And what I have always done I just drop this down on the floor. We got people in here yet? I got to get the chat up. So if you hadn't missed it, here we go. This is our box. I'm going to teach you how to tie this ribbon. My hands are cold right now. My rings are doing twisty on my fingers. But set you up a gift wrapping station. Put your paper there and have it where you can pull it out quite easily and just get to wrapping. So let's see how many we got in here so far. 33. We need a few more than that. So in the South, well, my granny taught me this. If you want a yard of fabric, you stretch your arm out all the way to the side and turn your nose this way, and you get, this is 36 inches. I bet you I am within an inch of being a yard. 36 inches. Let's see if I have a tape measure in here. I don't know where my tape measure is. Fixing to have an avalanche, y'all, just so you know. But this will be 36 inches, 1 yard. And I like to have 5 yards. Now, when you think about it, your package, you need to go around your package this way once, and then around the other way once. So that's going to be, okay, here is one time, and that's already the yard. And then we're going to go, this is going to fall on the floor. I'm just going to throw it on the floor so it'll roll. Then we're going to go around this way once. But I quit measuring many years ago. I quit measuring because this is already 1, 2 yards. 2 yards just to get around the box itself. So here we go. I'm going to measure. Have we got people in here yet? We got 40 people in here. If you jump in, if you're just jumping in right now, back it up to the beginning or watch me finish up. So we're going to measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. And I know that sounds like a whole lot. Y'all, I threw an AirPod into the floor. And the do it now principle kicks in, y'all. I'm cutting this at an angle. And I use my paper cutting scissors. I got to go down and get my AirPod or I'm going to step on it. The do it now principle kicks in. So there. We're good. If not, you forget where you dropped it. So then I take my ribbon and I divide it. Not really dividing, but I'm finding the center point. Finding the center point on my ribbon. There it is, right there. And that's going to go on the very top of my package. Let me see if I can do this right here. Go down right there. That's going to go right there on the package. See it? And then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to crisscross this just like such. And I'm going to bring it back to the top. You can straighten everything out later. Straighten it all out later. Now, I like for the center of the bow to be creased. So I bring pull that through that way. And then I'm going to pull this through this way. And then I tie just a simple half hitch. That's all I'm going to do. This is just to cinch the bow down so it doesn't move. There that is. Now, I told you about the bunny ears, how we teach our children to tie their shoes. I don't even know if people teach children to tie shoes anymore. But we take our bunny ears, and I like to untwist the ribbon so it's more flat. But you got a bunny ear right there. And you got a bunny ear right there. See the bunny ears? Simple bunny ears. And I just tie them in another half hitch. And I cinch it down pretty good. Now, I've got these two tag ends that are sort of equal. I got one on one side of the bow and one on the other. I'm going to make two more bunny ears. And I make them a little bit smaller. Pull that. You get a feel for it. And then I'm going to take two more bunny ears. Look here. Two more bunny ears. And then I've got this little bit left. I might be able to get one more little set of bunny ears. One more tiny little set of bunny ears. Right there. And then I'm going to fluff the bow. So we're fluffing the bow. We'll make this round. Where's my other little? There's another one. We'll just round it out. Just like that. I got a tag in here. Where's my other tag in? Here's the, there's the other tag in. Move it around over here. This one needs to be trimmed up a little. Make it at an angle. 45-degree angle if you remember geometry. And then we're going to start fluffing every layer of the bow. Every little layer of the bow. See how cute that's looking? And you get down to the bottom bunny ear. Get down to the bottom. Now we're going to go on to this side. We're going to fluff this one. It's just rounding it out and letting that wire do its thing. We need Christmas music playing, but I don't have any. There's a bow, a tag there, and a tag over here. And just look how pretty that is. You can fluff it all you want to. And guess what? It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good here. But if you need to put these in the car and pack them, guess what? This bow is indestructible. You just fluff it up again. And sometimes you can curl the tag in so they stick out and up. And it's all about having fun. And it takes 5 yards of ribbon in one piece. And then all you do to unwrap the package is grab a tag. Y'all are gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Grab a tag, hold the bottom part, and just pull. And it's unwrapped. And you don't have to cut anything. There's not any knots in anything. It's just little half hitches. And you're good to go. So folks, try my bunny ears. It works and it's fast. And I've tied it back. Look here. Make that one a little bit smaller. And just fluff it again. So you see, it's not hard to do. Nothing really fancy about it. But it's just pretty. Just pretty. I hope I was able to get it across to you how easy this is. I might have to redo it tomorrow and show y'all about that. But I like plain paper, just plain craft paper, and it does a great job. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La, la, la. Yeah. You could sing Christmas tunes, yeah, but then I can't sing and tie a bow at the same time. I'd have to have some background music. Robert's got cookies in the oven, so yippee skippy. So y'all try my bows. It was like a 15-minute lesson. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the morning. It's Friday. We're going to do some crisis cleaning in the morning. Can't never could. Can't never did a darn thing. That's true, Catherine. My granny always said can't never could do anything. So y'all have some fun wrapping some presents. Put on some fun music and enjoy yourself. I'll see y'all later. Bye.